last 3 seasons. And they're hosts on Rugby Special today to Coventry in the John Smith's Merit Table A match. And as well, I can promise you exciting highlights from the riveting second and final test between France and New Zealand in our World Cup countdown, the deciding match played in Nantes. Would Jacques Faroux, with his head on the block, finally lose it and lose his chance of making his name with France in the World Cup? Would France change their tactics and play to their more obvious strengths outside the scrum?
Big line up here, Dubravka. Oh, that's a great tackle by Mike Brewer.
Well, that all a bit later on. But first, the chance to see Bath. Just how good are they? Just how far ahead would they seem to be of any other challenger for champion status in English club rugby? What a chance to see now as they take on Coventry, a side that, it has to be said, had been depleted by many of their top players in recent weeks and were trying to find a settled, young, new side. Of course, the recreation ground Bath was full house.
Yes, believe it or not, the Christmas season really right upon us. And a bustle of crowds in the Bath shopping precincts outside the magnificent Bath Abbey. But nevertheless, the attractions of the home club at the recreation ground still pulling in a full house here to witness the visit of Coventry. And looking down the Coventry lineup, it won't take long to realise where the real strengths lie of this Coventry side. Let's look at the pack. One of the best in English rugby, comprising the entire 8 that took Warwickshire to the thorny MI County title under Graham Robbins. Captain of the club side, Lee Johnson, and part of a front row arguably as good as any in the country. Second row power from Kidner, 6'7", and with Paul Thomas now confirmed as a continuing Coventry player and not joining a small exodus to rugby like Steve Brain, it's a back row to command respect. Injury troubles depriving Coventry of the orchestrator at scrum half, Steve Thomas, and with other injury troubles too, a young experimental back division. Clive Medford, the only real first-team regular in the three-quarter line, whilst Chris Millerchip stays in his new position of fly half. So a case then, I think, of Coventry forwards, and notably that back row being the likely spearhead of Coventry attack. And the Bath side in tremendous form, and on paper, much the more complete all-round strength. 12 of the side which won last season's John Player Special Cup for the 3rd year in a row, and an undoubtedly superior back division, with England scrum half and captain Richard Hill leading the side, together with his England partner Stuart Barnes alongside him. New exciting winger to watch out for in Fred Sago, who replaces the injured Barry Travaskis, the only uncapped player, together with Jeremy Guscott in the back division. Guscott coming in for John Palmer, who has an elbow injury. And on the back of Richard Hill's jersey, 9 is the number, and 9 Bath internationals in the lineup. The referee, Tony Turner of the Manchester Society, and the ground having dried up, really excellent conditions. An advantage straight away for Coventry from the knock-on by John Morrison. And ground offside, a penalty. Sun blazing down, it really is a beautiful November day. And an early chance for Coventry to lift their morale against this formidable Bath outfit. And it's Martin Fenn, the fullback, with the first chance of points. So the left-footed Martin Fenn, 2 conversions, 2 penalties midweek against Nuneaton. It's not a bad effort. Will it carry? Yes, it has. Well, just the lift the visitors needed. And Martin Fenn, somewhat, I think, surprised the home crowd there with that early setback for Bath, and all credit to Coventry. Difficult ball for Langston. Charged down by Graham Dorr. Soft touch, well taken. Well, a shot in the arm and then a shot in the foot, you might say, for Coventry. And the young mobile hooker, Graham Dorr. Stuart Barnes, one of the country's leading point scorers last season, 268 points, is in the groove. '24 next week, Stuart Barnes, and building to confirm his place in the England side. So 6-3 to Bath. Graham Robbins, advantage being played. Got by Guscott. This is Sago. Taken on by Withy. set up for Hill. Couldn't get it cleanly away. Thomas was fast through for Coventry, and well won ball. Langston, Miller chip, then spot a bother. Knock on halfway line. Plenty of rivalry between these two formidable triumvirates. And Bath penalised. Andy Farrington, number 2 there, who's a very more than adequate substitute for Steve Brain, who's moved to rugby. Away by Fan. To Hill, Barnes, Guscott. Back to the support of the pack. Hill again. Barnes on the narrow side. Switch with Sago. Sago again did well. Inside support from Withy. Taken on by John Hall. Promising attack. Good support. And always nice to see the interplay when the forwards come in support of the three-quarters. Fred Sago, who's made quite an impact since coming into the side for the injured Barry Travaskis, scored 4 tries on his very first appearance against United Services. Fred Sago, left wing. Langston, brought down by Millerchip. Swift, Martin inside. Halliday. Big line of blue and white jerseys to take on. Turns, makes it available. And Coventry are on the wrong side, interfering with the ball coming back. So well within range for Stuart Barnes. In useful kicking form, 10 points in Bath's victory over Wasps last week. Yep. 9-3, 14.5 minutes played.
Kicked by Stuart Barnes.
We start by Fan. Morrison. Hill getting sweet service. Barnes too. In touch. For Kidner, but taken by Hall. Hill probing. Simpson. Withy. That's good tackling, and back it comes to Jervis of Coventry. Taken on well by James. Good tackle from Martin. On goes Brian Kidner, but the ball forward in the tackle. But lively effort from Keith Jervis, Kent James. But Martin was the man that stopped it. Lovely tackle. Well, continuing problems in the front row. Referee Tony Turner penalising Bath once more, and they may well pay for it. Martin Fan with the penalty goal attempt. So Fan, yep, just kept it inside the right-hand post. 9-6. 19 minutes played, midway through this first half, and 9 points to 6. Bath's lead cut to 3 points.
Get it.
Excellent clearance from Craig Langston, former member of Barker's Butts, who'd been a great feeder club to the Coventry side. And Langston really very much thrown in the deep end this season at the base of the line out there, in the absence of Steve Thomas, the Coventry scrum half, who's now back in training. Powerful wedge from Coventry, but in the end in touch. Quick throw, Redman, Hill, Barnes, beautiful service, Guscott again. Halliday calling for it, gets it. Martin to Swift. Clive Winter challenging. And the referee had seen the offence, looks for advantage, and has in fact blown to give Bath the penalty for the late tackle. Quickly taken by Hill, fed on by Simpson, through from Halliday, Guscott to Sago, looping round is Stuart Barnes, but the referee in fact has brought them across the field for the full penalty, with I think the pass being adjudged forward, therefore no real advantage coming Bath's way initially, and they now get a further penalty. So Barnes taking full advantage. Coventry, I think, not having retreated from the earlier penalty and being offside, the referee allowing play to continue until Bath made the offence and then gave them the penalty back for the Coventry error. Stuart Barnes leaving it to run over the goal line, and Swift touches down for the dropout. Current England fly half, Stuart Barnes. Straight to Lee Johnson, Coventry skipper. Langston to Millichip. Over the head of Swift. And just to remind about the line of numbers in the Bath colours, of course, the traditional missing out of the number 13 makes fullback number 16 and right wing 15, centre 14. But Hill's kick not in touch. Fern. Good ball. There himself to gather it, didn't hold on. But there's the Coventry pack in support. Only a couple of metres out. Langston trying to smuggle around himself. And Paul Thomas there with the Coventry pack so close to a score, and Bath in fact infringing close to the line. Probably happy to concede the penalty, which Coventry are receiving acclamation for. They've opted to run. Here's the set piece. Is it the basher? No, it's Travers going for it. Millichip, Medford, upended and how by Simon Halliday, which the referee has decided is dangerous tackle, a high tackle, and that means surely 3 points for Martin Fern in front of the post. So a good reward for the excellent drive by the Coventry pack. So 13 minutes of this half to go, and every kick at goal so far has been successful by both teams. 3 from that man, Fan. Martin though now for Bath. Hill, Guscott. Steps out the tackle of Kent James. Hill again. Martin calling for it. Puts in a bit of pace. Halliday. Martin's inside. Cover is there from Travers. And very good use of the narrow side. There's England centre, Simon Halliday. Against the head for Daw. 180-degree wheel, the pick up by Simpson. Morrison, last person I saw with hands on it. Simpson, held up short. Wasn't I really there, ref? Not in fact. Paul Simpson taking the feed. Maybe not too serious, but clearly in some pain and problem, Gary Chilcott. So that's a blow for Bath. England prop forward off the field. And Hill calling the set-piece tap penalty. Redmond goes for it. Have Coventry got underneath him? No, he's given the try, has referee Turner. Coventry doing what they had to try and do. Graham Robbins there, trying to get underneath Redmond on the drive for the line. And an effective set-piece move. 16 points to 9. Barnes makes it a clear 9-point margin. Final kick of an entertaining first half. Coventry under the pressure for the most part, but hanging in there. A hat-trick of penalties by Martin Fenn, but 2 tries by Bath. A chance for Ian Davies, regular understudy, to take over. So a 9-point lead for Bath as Stuart Barnes restarts. Fenn has used that left foot to good effect. And Millichip. Tony Gulliver. He was beaten to it by Morrison. Hill, Halliday. Half tackled, still got it away. Set back from door to Hill, Barnes, Guscott. Still slippery on the surface. Withy. 22-metre line, Hill again. Dorr sets it up. Hill once more. Sago certainly had his share of the action on the left flank. And once more set up to Hill. Barnes, could be an overlap here. Guscott going himself, gets the outside pass, picked up by Swift, over. That's a good score. And it was the pack who set it up, what, 3 times in a row, and the final one had caught Coventry just overstretched, with Tony Swift rounding it off. Conversion was missed, and so the score stays 22 points to 9. Almost unchallenged through to Morrison. Hill, Barnes, Halliday, that's the England inside backs. Simpson, Halliday again. Rather dropped at the feet of Guscott. Back from Morrison, blindside goes Hill. Simpson. Still Simpson, and that looks like Gore. Try number 2 for the hooker. Barnes from the touchline. Yes, indeed. And 28 points to 9 as Bath begin to show a clean pair of heels to the Midland visitors. 4 tries then for Bath, and looking an enterprising side once again. With the basics there too, like that clean touch kick from Stuart Barnes. Redmond through, but the line-out throw was not straight. There's Nigel Redmond, just 22, who started out his rugby career with Weston-super-Mare after going to school there at Priory Comprehensive. Hill, Swift, trying to find Simpson. It goes instead to Hill, onto Withy, who's certainly no mean replacement for the injured, or for the absent Andy Robinson, who's attending a funeral today. And Coventry infringing and getting just a little bit desperate in defence. Hill, Simpson on the tap penalty. Not a clever pass, but recovered. Barnes, Swift, going around the outside, gets through the two attempted tackles and gets his second try. A truly swift run. The unavailing efforts of Langston and Suckling. Yet again. Certainly that was untidy defence by Coventry that should really have snaffled Swift before he got away. But now Bath. And a big roar from the home supporters. Halliday. Guscott had positioned himself well on the outside after the inside pass. Good pick up by Sago. Kicked on by Barnes. Only fair to challenge. Barnes. Yes! Oh. Well, that really was a great sleight of hand. Stuart Barnes. Not so often on the try sheet, and it looked as though he had been denied that one at the last moment. But watch now, as he goes down, the ball goes loose. Quick glimpse round, catches his eye on the ball, and stretches out a hand to put the downward pressure on it. Lovely score. The conversion miss, that was in fact to be Bath's last score. But as the full moonlight of the early evening shone through, it was Coventry who had the last word, and a deserving consolation try, scored appropriately by the tireless flanker Dick Travers. 38-13 then the final score. Bath once more emphasising their supremacy in English club rugby.